Here's a Google map of the state of Massachusetts. Boston is where I grew up. So we are going to zoom into Boston using the zoom feature on the map, which looks like a plus sign. You can click on the place you would like to visit, and I would like to visit Boston, and it will bring you to this screen where it will give you directions. You can save it onto your own map, you can find nearby places, you can share it with your friends on Facebook through Google. As well, there is a quick facts information, so it tells you all about Boston. It is the Massachusetts capital and largest city, when it was founded, and it was one of the oldest cities. As well, the population, the area code, and the area in square miles. As well, something very interesting is you can go click on photos, and when you do that, it brings you to a live street view of the different places in Boston. This place is in downtown Boston, right by the Garden, and it was taken in May of 2015. As you go through the pictures, they are all from a different date. This one's from July 2015, outlooking the Boston Harbor. And as you go, you can scroll through and just see pictures of people who have uploaded pictures to Google. You could upload a picture to Google and it could come up on here so that other people could see it. Here's the Tobin Bridge, the subway station, the flags in the prison. Right here is the prison. And so you can just scroll through the pictures and see everything of new pictures people have taken all over the city of Boston. Another cool aspect of Google would be the Google Earth. So when you go to Google Earth, it changes to the terrain. And on Google Earth, you are again able to zoom in. You could find your exact house and it could bring you to a street view. If you move this little guy to a street view, then you will be able to see your house. Another interesting about Google is you can find directions. So here I was at Google National Airport, the Boston Logan Airport, and again it tells you where it is, the website, it tells you a telephone number. Again, you can get the photospheres or you can get photos that other people have taken, a summary, reviews, quick facts about the airport. So basically just by looking up stuff on Google, you can get the quick view of everything. So you could hit directions and say you wanted to go from my house to Boston Logan Airport and you wanted to know how long it would take you at this very hour. So in Boston right now, it's about rush hour, so it says it's going to take about 40 minutes, which is 20.9 miles. You can go further and look at the specific details. You can see here the live traffic is green is going fast and red is a stop. So at these certain places up here by Peabody, it's stopped. That means there's a lot of traffic there. There usually is, and there's road construction. And the blue is just a steady pace. Orange is a little bit of traffic. And so if you click on the exact directions, it will tell you the roads you need to take, the turns, how long, how many miles you are going to be on each road. As well, you can get a bus route on Google Maps. So if you were going to the Celtics game tonight and you wanted to know what time the bus leaves, you could figure out, you could take the bus and get on the Rockport line or the Orange line, the different trains, the blue line, and so it gives you the schedule of the upcoming trains, so you could look at that. As well, if for the heck of it you wanted to walk to the airport one day for exercise, you could get details on how you would do that, how long it would take you, and it would exactly give you the route to route on where you turn left and where you turn right. I wouldn't recommend that, but if you wanted to do that, Google Maps would show that to you. So if you go back to the map, you can zoom out, and so if you go to Street View, it brings you to a street, downtown Boston, Harvard Street. Now, a cool thing I bet you didn't know you could do is you can change the time. So here's 2009, so 6 years ago. Here's 2011. So much has changed. The building has been removed, not as many people on this day, sun's out, new trees have grown. So you can go from 2011 and you can go all the way to 2014 where not much has changed. They put a new light up here in the post. Now there is a train going through, which they redid just a few years ago. There's a fire truck, a flag, a lot more cars and traffic. It's September 2014. So you can go to any major street and do a time lapse by clicking on this little time thing where it says Street View when you are doing a street view. So you could go see the rug galleries, you can go inside stores and get an idea of what the store is like. This was taken in August 2010. You can't do a time lapse on stores, only on major streets. And so again, you can just scroll through and there's different pictures. Here's the Boston Commons. You can outlook many different things. So Google Maps has a lot of different and interesting things you can do with it. You can make your own map. You can find directions, you can find walking routes, you can get a street view, you can do Google Earth to get a view from the sky, you can zoom out as far as you want. You can get the population of cities just by a click of a button, and it's all on one app called Google, which is free to use, easy accessible. You can outlook the whole United States. If you were doing a classroom project about Spanish, you could travel to Spain or Brazil and learn about different things there. If you're learning about the Eiffel Tower, you could go over and observe and get the street view on that, or you could also do a time lapse. And so there's many interesting things as well. You could click on the North Atlantic Ocean and you could figure out facts about it, look for sharks, and go deeper into the Atlantic Ocean. So these are just some of the many things you can do on Google Earth and Google Maps in general, and I would definitely recommend it as a tool for your classroom, as there are many fun educational projects you could do with it, mapping out their house route to the school. If you're doing a project on animals, finding your animal and getting a street view on a zoo where it is located. So there are many things you can do with Google Maps, get directions, have students learning about miles. So Google Maps is definitely a tool I would use, and I am here and I am glad that I was able to teach you about it, and I hope you learned something.